Hello everyone and welcome. It's Shanna. I'm so glad you're here today. Now today we're playing along with Craft Roulette episode 195 and we've been given our parameters. The project is encouragement, our colors are calm, our element is stuffed, and our random is tickets. Now I am bringing in this Spellbinders set. It is an older one. I'll link all the materials in the description box below. And I'm just going to get it laid down on my card panel. And I'm going to be bringing in some distressed oxide prized ribbon and getting it stamped down. Just getting everything arranged and ready to go. And I'm going to just pick up my stamps and I'm looking for my pressing tool. There it is. And I'm just going to press them, pick them up, and then I'm going to get them inked up. Now I am making this card while the show is on. I've been watching it. That's why I'm doing the voiceover, because I can listen to it and watch it while I'm creating my card. And I'm just getting this stamped up. As I got the parameters, I thought, oh my gosh, what am I going to do for stuffed? And then I thought about this little rabbit that I had that was stuffed in this back pocket, and I thought this would be a cute little element. So I just brought it in. And I'm just stamping this down with the blue prized ribbon, and I really like how it looks when I get done, just stamped and not colored in. And I'm going to stamp it one more time just to make sure that I've got the face stamped out really well, because most of it stamped out well, but I needed to get the little whiskers and little nose. So I'm going to stamp it out again, and we'll give it another press, and hopefully that'll be sufficient for it. I'm just cleaning off my MISTI. I try to do that just so I don't make a mess on my panel. However, I am going to be die cutting this out because I do have the dies for this set. So I'm pressing with my fingers gently on the sentiment and getting the eyes and the face area, and this stamps up really, really nice. And I like it, and I'm thinking I'm going to lay it on my card and not color it. As we move along, you'll see I did color the flowers, and I'm almost wishing I didn't, because I really like that clear, crisp, clean, just stamping with that blue ink. So I'm just going to bring it in, and I'm going to have to grab a card base, and I'm going to bring in an extra white panel, I believe. I'm not sure why I'm digging. I'm digging for the dies. I'm going to get it get the dies laid down on this. And these are real easy to line up. So I've got the pocket die, and then I've also got the sentiment die that I'm going to use. And just get them laid down. And I'm going to bring in some mint tape and just tape it off. I had some pieces that I'd already used laying on my desk, so I'm just going to use them and get it taped down. Sometimes if you don't tape them, they'll move around in your die cutting machine, so it's always good to tape them. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just going to get them nicely taped down. And then we'll just go to the die cutting machine and get them die cut out. And I die cut them because I originally thought I wasn't going to color them at all. And normally I would color before I die cut, but I thought I'm just going to leave these be. And so I'm just popping them out, and they're nice and clean, and we're ready to go. So I'm bringing in some Spellbinders paper, and this is, I think it's called Partly Cloudy. I love this paper. In fact, I try to maximize my usage of this paper. I mean, I will cut it. I will cut the center out of it so that I can put it as a backing panel. I mean, I'll just do anything to salvage this paper, or for the most part, any of my Spellbinders paper or cardstock. I love it. It is good, heavy cardstock, and it is gorgeous. So I've got my card base, I've got my Spellbinders cardstock blue there, and I've got a white hammer mill panel. And I'm just reaching for my parameters because I want to make sure I have my parameters in front of me and make sure I'm meeting all of the elements of the card. So I'm just trying to decide what I'm going to do, and I think I'm going to bring in this Cat Scrappiness rectangle etched die that I am in love with. I've been doing so much with it lately. I'm sorry if you're tired of seeing it, but it is gorgeous. And so I've decided I'm going to kind of lay my stuff on there and see, you know, how it's going to fit, and then I'm going to pick one of these layered rectangle dies, and I'm going to die cut that blue out, and I'm going to use my white panel, and I'm going to emboss it. So I'm not taking the A2 size card rectangle die. I'm taking the next one in, and I'm just going to lay it down on my card base, and I'm going to bring in that mint tape and get it taped down. I like to do that so I can get a good frame, because I like to use the frames. I'm not kidding you. I make the most of this Spellbinders cardstock. So I've got that frame there, and I'm just going to lay it aside. So I'm still kind of playing around with my little bunny in the pocket and my sentiment, trying to figure out how I want to lay it down on there, and I'm just kind of eyeballing it. And then I've come up with the idea that I want to pop it up. So I'm going to go get some of that just fun foam that I've got in my craft stash, and I'm going to die cut those out, and I'm going to bring those in so that I can pop it up. And that's what I've done there. And I've got some blue. It's not a good match with the color that I have, but it's going to be underneath my white cardstock, and it shouldn't show too much, so I'm going to go ahead and go with that and just pop up both my sentiment and my bunny in my pocket. So I'm just going to get some glue on there, and I'm going to glue my sentiment to the non-adhesive side of the fun foam and just get it laid down on there. And then once I get it straightened up and laid down on there, I'm going to add some glue to the back. Now this one, I'm kind of pinching it in there and getting it ready. And I actually forget to take off the paper backing on this, and I start to glue it up, and then I realize it, and then I glue it up correctly. So I'm just bringing in the other one, and I'm just going to do the same thing, and I'm going to glue it to the actual foam side, not the side that has the sticky back on it. And I just run these through my die cut machine just like I do, everything else. I will do 2 passes on the fun foam just to make sure it cuts well, because it's pretty thick. So I've got my dimension there, and I'm real happy with that. So I'm just going to see how that looks on my card base, see if it's going to work. Looks good. I'm laying my magnets. I finally got my magnets in from a Glassboard Studio, so I'm laying those on there just to create some pressure while I do this first layer panel. And what I did was I used the Seamless Floral Background embossing folder from Spellbinders, and it's really pretty, and I think it'll work with the flowers that are in the pocket. And I'm gonna lay this flat on my card because I've already got the dimension with the sentiment and the bunny. So I'm just going to glue this straight down and lay it flat down on my panel. And you want to get enough glue on there because you've got raised areas and indented areas, and you just want to catch something for your card base to hold on to. Get that laid down on there and even it up. And then I noticed I've got a little bit hanging off the bottom there. So sometimes my card bases aren't exactly right. So I will take it off camera and cut that down so I've got a good, nice, clean panel. And now, I don't know why I set those on there because I hadn't glued them. Evidently I was losing my mind. Anyway, so now I've got them positioned, and I'm just checking off that I've got my elements met. Tickets. I don't have tickets, and so I'm going to have to go in search of tickets in the craft room. I had this really interesting Kathy Holden flea market finds Butler's Variety stickers, and I found some things that look like tags that seem to be in the right color scheme and definitely very calming colors, and I thought I could lay them down and my sentiment would cover up the wording of the tickets that were on there. And so I thought, well, I'll just bring that in, and then I can lay my sentiment right over the top of it. I'm just making sure it's going to work. And so now I'm happy with that. I'm going to get this panel glued down, and I'm just going to glue it straight down on the embossed folder. And then I'll get it lined up on there. And then I've got glue. I always clean. I'm constantly cleaning my area, my craft room. I just have to have things clean. I don't want any glue on the back of my card. So I was just cleaning it up. I'm just going to get this laid down. And then I'm fussing with this shirt again. I keep putting this sweatshirt on because I'm chilly. And then the sleeves drive me nuts when I'm crafting. So I'm just going to get this laid down. I realized I put the glue on the piece of paper that is the backing. And so then I pulled it off, laid it aside, and I'm gluing the actual foam. I just want to make sure it doesn't fall off. Just get this laid down on there, and then I'll be able to add my focal point. So this is where I've decided to color my flowers on there. And like I said, I liked it just by itself. I suppose it's okay with the colors. And I'm going to bring in a piece of paper and try to figure out what color best matches that little ticket. And then I realized that two of them are the same color. And I'm like, well, I don't need to color that. So I go with the darker one and I just color it in. And I'm just trying to go careful. These flowers are, just relatively small, and I don't need a lot of ink. I'm not doing any blending or any dimension or anything fancy. I'm just putting a little bit of color down on the flowers. And that's all that I colored in on that. And like I said, it was beautiful without it, and I decided to add it just because my little ticket had that on there. But that's what I did. So I'm just looking at it. I'm going to get it laid down on my card base, and hopefully we'll be about done. I think I decided the centers of the flowers were not colored in, and so I just decided to bring in a little blue-gray color that kind of matched my paper and just color my centers in. I was glad to have Craft Roulette back on track, having the holiday off, and just trying to get back on track with my schedule of crafting and getting my videos ready and just kind of getting back in the groove. This past week with the holiday and everything, we've just been kind of out of whack. Our schedule's been all crazy, and we've been staying up late and sleeping in, and I just got to get back in the groove. So I was glad this evening to have Craft Roulette on and just have kind of some routine going on. So I enjoyed that. So I'm just going to get this laid down, and this will just about finish up our card. Now, I do decide later to add some embellishments to the front of the card. I had forgotten that I had some embellishments that would match nicely with this, and so after I made the video and the photo, I actually came back in and added some. I just added 3 little embellishments. Now that frame, I trimmed it down, and I thought, I'm not wasting it. It matches this card. I'm going to put it on the inside of the card, and so I'm just going to put some glue on here, and I'm going to put it on the inside of my card. Get that laid down. It takes me a minute to kind of get it all evened up how I want it and everything. And then once I do that, I think the random parameter is tickets, plural. And I really have only put like 1 ticket on the front. So I'm going to go looking in that pad again and see if I can find another ticket that is similar to the one that I put on the front. So I'm just perusing that packet, and I found one. And so I've just decided that I'm going to just lay this other ticket, I'm trying to decide where, on the top. And I start to lay it down, and it's crooked, as you can see. So then I'm like, can I gently pull this up and maybe lay it down again? And it does curl a little bit on me, as you can see, but I think I managed to get it laid down on there a little bit straighter. So if I just take a minute and try to get it on there straight, and there it's rolling up on me, and I get it on there a little bit straighter. And so that's going to be the inside of my card, and then I'm going to send an encouragement message to someone. So I hope you like my card. If you do, consider giving me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.